has been a night of terror on the Collinwood estate. A young man named Jeb Hawkes has decreed that each of his enemies must be destroyed. And for Quentin Collins, he has planned a cruel and hideous death.
Bury him. May Quentin Collins learn to rest in peace. Soon he will find he is in a coffin, and that the air he breathes becomes less and less and less, until there is none. Yeah, I promised you a surprise, Mr. Collins. And you know I keep my promises. You can leave now. The only thing I regret, Quentin Collins, is that I can't have the pleasure of seeing your face when you open your eyes and discover what has happened. Goodbye, old man.
Oh, my God. He's buried me alive. There's no way out. No way out.
Dr. Hoffman, I presume.
I was told you were back, Mr. Blair.
Oh? Who told you? Oh, never mind, I can guess. It must have been Barnabas Collins. Well, what are you doing here? Have you, switched your allegiance from Mr. Collins to Jeb Hawkes? Well, now, come, Doctor, speak up. I've never known you to be at a loss for words. Right, very well. I can see that you're going to leave me at the mercy of my own powers of deduction. Very well.
Oh, please!
Well, aren't you the busy one? Now start talking. What is this equipment and why is it here?
I can't tell you. He'll kill me.
Jeb?
Yes, Jeb.
Or perhaps he didn't tell you that I give the orders here. Now you start talking or I will kill you.
Jeb had me brought here, and then he asked me to help him.
Help him how?
You guess.
Why, yes, of course. He wants you to help him remain in his human form. Is that it, Doctor?
Yes.
Well, now, I don't know who is the bigger fool, he or you. Did you really believe that you could help rid him of his true form?
I told him that I would be willing to try.
Well, I am certainly glad that I happened by, Doctor. Because I believe that your quaint little experiment is about to come to an end.
Barnabas!
What are you doing here?
Barnabas, I had to see you.
But you should have stayed at Wincliffe. It's not safe for you to be at
I had to leave. sitting in my room, and suddenly I felt frightened. And then Quentin came to mind. I kept thinking about Quentin.
Quentin?
Something kept telling me that he was in danger, and that I was the only one that could save him.
I don't know why you're imagining this.
It's not my imagination. Barnabas, I've never felt this way before. When did you last see Quentin?
Last night.
You haven't seen him this evening?
No, but I'm sure that I can find him and show you that he's all right.
No, you can't. I've looked for him and I can't find him.
Maggie, what do you suppose has happened to him?
I don't know. I only know that it's something dreadful. I have the feeling that whatever it is, he has very little time to live. Maybe only an hour.
Air's running out. In a little while, there'll be none left. Maggie, if only you could hear my thoughts. Maggie, Maggie, I love you.
Maggie, you should have sent someone for me instead of leaving Wincliffe.
I'm going to go and find him.
What?
Quentin is counting on me to find him, and I will.
But Maggie, you can't afford to stay around.
I'm going to find him.
Maggie, wait!
What are you planning to do with me?
Now, just calm your fears, Doctor. I have no further need to dispose of you. In fact, I'm willing to let you go. On one condition.
What is it?
Stay away from us. Do not interfere in something that is inevitable. You might impart that same information to Barnabas Collins. Good night, Dr. Hoffman.
Are you leaving, Doctor? Now, you and I agreed.
Your agreement has been canceled, Jeb. Now step out of the lady's way and let her go. I said let her go.
Getting very tired of you, Nicholas.
And your childish pranks are beginning to bore me.
They're not pranks. I happen to enjoy the way I am now. And I'm going to destroy that thing that's me in that room.
Jeb, you cannot do that because that is all you are. You destroy the thing in that room and Jeb Hawks will cease to exist.
How do you know that?
I know more about you than you do. And I feel that if I go on letting you make certain decisions, our entire plan will fail. Therefore, I have just come to a conclusion.
What kind of conclusion?
We can no longer wait. The ceremony must go on tonight.
I'm not ready to do the ceremony now.
You want Carolyn, don't you?
Yes, but I'm not
But
going
only as Jeb Hawks. Well, you cannot have her that way. You can only have Carolyn after both of you have reverted to the other form. That is the only way. Both of you. Now, we won't discuss this any further. I want you to call Carolyn at Collinwood and find some excuse to bring her here. She will then be taken to the shrine, and the ceremony will be performed. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, that's clear.
Maggie, what is it?
Quentin is somewhere very close by.
How do you know?
I can feel his presence. Barnabas. here.
This grave has just been filled.
There's no tombstone.
What are you saying?
Quentin is buried here. He's buried alive.
Oh, my God.
Help me. He has so little time.
Tell me what's wrong, Jim.
Makes you think there's anything wrong?
You sounded so urgent when you phoned and asked me to meet you here.
Carolyn, I asked you here. Because
Go on, Jim.
I'm not very good at saying things I feel.
Try.
I've never met anyone like you. I mean, something happens to me whenever I'm with you. Whenever you look at me or touch me, I feel like the way I'm meant to be. The way I always want to be.
But you are what you are, Jeb. Why should knowing me make you want to be different?
No, Carolyn, you don't understand. See, I'm not what I seem. There's another me. There's one that you've never seen. And one that I don't want you to see.
Jeb, look at me. I don't know what it is you're trying to say.
Only that I love you. And that I always want to be this way. I always want to be this way. And no matter what happens,
What do you think might happen?
I wish I could tell you.
Well, I'll tell you. Nothing is going to happen to separate us ever. We're going to be together. When I was growing up, I used to dream about falling in love. And I used to wonder when it would happen, how. Sometimes I would be terribly afraid it would never happen. I'll never have that fear again. Because it did happen. Soon after I met you. Jeb. I love you very much. And nothing is ever going to change that.
Please. Hurry, Barnabas. Please hurry. Oh, Clinton! Clinton, are you all right?
I knew you'd come. Come on. Can you stand up?
We've got to get him out of here.
I'm all right. Legs are a little shaky.
Who did this to you? How did this happen?
Jeb Hawks. He warned me that he had something special in mind for me. Whatever that man is, he's a man of his word.
Don't talk anymore now. We'll go back to Collinwood. Dr. Hoffman can take a look at it.
Jeb, you're still disturbed about something, aren't you?
Yes.
Can't you tell me what it is?
No, I can't. Carolyn, I've got to do something. Something very important. Now, will you wait here for me to come back?
Where are you going?
I can't tell you now, but I will. Just trust me. Please wait for me.
I'll wait.
Just take it easy.
What's happened?
Jeb tried to kill him.
Take him upstairs, Julia.
down in a few minutes to tell you everything.
Yes, Barnabas, come down quickly. I must speak to you. What do you want here?
Dr. Hoffman, you've got to find a way of helping me. Tonight, now.
Even if I were able to, I just learned that you tried to have Quentin killed tonight.
I had a debt to settle with him.
Fortunately, he's still alive.
Look, Doctor, I don't care if he's alive or dead. But I'll tell you, there are a great many things I would change about myself. I'm willing to live and let live. If you'll just help me.
I have no reason to believe you.
Doctor, you've got to believe me. There's something happened to me that made me see things differently.
What happened?
I don't have time to tell you that now. Just believe me that I'll be a changed man.
Jeb, even if it were possible...
Doctor, it's got to be possible. Now, it's got to happen tonight.
Tonight? Why does it have to happen tonight?
Because if it doesn't happen tonight, it's going to be too late.
Too late for what? Why?
Just trust me.
Good evening, Carol.
Mr. Blair, what are you doing here?
Oh, I do wish you would insist on being so formal. Your mother called me Nicholas.
Well, that's my mother's business. I asked you what you're doing here.
You know, Carolyn, I'm sorry that you and I have never been able to become good friends, but somehow I am confident that we very soon will be.
I wouldn't count on that, Mr. Blair.
Oh, but I am counting on it. You see, I know how relationships can change. And I think you do, too. Keep looking at the light, Carolyn. Find the center. The center of the light. Keep looking deeper and deeper until you see the center. The center of the light.
I see it.
Good. Then we can proceed. Take her to the shrine. Wait for me there.
Barnabas? Where are you?
If he isn't here, it's just as well.
Quentin! You shouldn't be downstairs.
I couldn't help it. I had to come down after I saw this mark on my hand.
I know. I discovered one on my hand, too. Earlier tonight.
Now I know how you were able to find me.
Had to. Oh, I think I would have died if I hadn't. Why is this happening to us?
I don't know. But I don't have any desire to fight it. The only thing I care about is you. I love you.
I love you, too.
Place the box on the altar, and then take your place beside her. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Prince of Darkness, I call upon the flame to summon you. I beseech all the dark creatures of nature to summon you here to me. For you must be a witness to this ceremony. You must give your blessing to these two creatures who will soon become your obedient servants. I call upon the 7 plagues and upon the charred and blackened stars that rained on my beginning, to draw you from the darkness of the earth, that you may witness the vows that are taken here tonight. Take the scepter, Jeb, and begin the vows. Take the scepter, Jeb. Barnabas! Now, Barnabas! Jeb, get in now, Barnabas! Stop it! Stop him, you fool! Jeb! No! No! You fool! You realize what you've done! Better get out of here or we'll both go up in it!